Hey and welcome to the Daily Manchester United News Show. Let's begin with our daily news. Manchester United in talks with Aaron Wan-Bissaka over long-term contract. Manchester United have opened talks over extending the contract of right-back Aaron Wan-Bissaka, according to the Telegraph. The 25-year-old is currently in the final 12 months of his deal, but there is an option to extend the contract by another year. Wan-Bissaka was out of favour before the arrival of manager Erik ten Hag, but has established himself as a regular under the Dutchman and made significant progress. The Man United boss has spoken highly of the former Crystal Palace right-back, which has prompted the club to agree to hand him a long-term deal. Talks between both parties took place last month and are now expected to advance as attention has shifted to the players following the end of the summer transfer window. Wan-Bissaka has started in all four Premier League games this term, weighing in with an assist in the 1-0 win over Wolverhampton Wanderers in their first game of the 23-24 campaign. He has featured in 164 games since joining the Red Devils, bagging 2 goals and 12 assists. The Croydon-born fullback will now aim to break into the England squad, having been forced to withdraw due to a back injury after his first call-up in August 2019. He still qualifies for Congo, having represented them at under-20 level before featuring for England under-20 and under-21 sides. The Man United star faces stiff competition for playing chances in the position with the three Lions, with Kyle Walker, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Kieran Trippier, and Reece James all ahead of him in the pecking order. Wan-Bissaka will be keen to impress this term to boost his chances of making it to the European Championship next summer, and Ten Hag will be looking to keep getting the best out of him. Fenerbahce join Galatasaray in race for Donny Van de Beek. Fenerbahce and Galatasaray are reportedly going head-to-head for the signature of Manchester United outcast Donny Van de Beek. According to Turkish publication A Spor, the long-standing rivalry between internal Istanbul adversaries will translate to the transfer market after Fenerbahce joined the race to sign the Dutchman. Van de Beek's future at Old Trafford is dead in the water after Man United boss Erik ten Hag crossed his name from the Champions League squad, making his stance over his compatriots' first-team prospect clear. Following his senior breakthrough at Ajax under Ten Hag, the 26-year-old moved to the Premier League as one of Europe's hottest prospects in the summer of 2020. However, the midfielder's career in England has never taken off, despite United making numerous attempts to spark his revival, including sending him on a 6-month loan to Everton. Ten Hag's appointment last summer led many to believe Van de Beek's underwhelming stint at the Theatre of Dreams could be handed a lifeline, yet the Dutch manager could reignite his countryman's career. While the transfer window in the Premier League closed almost a week ago, the quarantine drops on September 15 in Turkey, giving Man United hope they could still offload their £40 million flop. No stranger to doing business with the Red Devils, Fenerbahce provided Fred with an escape route from Manchester earlier in the summer, landing the Brazilian on a 4-year contract. Ismail Kartal's men hope to reunite the former Man United comrades at the Surco Sarakoglu Stadium, looking to hijack Galatasaray's interest in Van de Beek. Talks between Galatasaray and the troubled midfielder over a loan switch to Rams Park are said to be underway, but Fenerbahce could disrupt their neighbours' plans down the final stretch. French outfit Toulouse had made an approach to sign Van de Beek earlier in the summer to replace Branco van de Bomen, who left League One to link up with Ajax in June, but the Man United misfit prefers a move to the Turkish Super League. Rasmus Hojlund reveals Casemiro was impressed with his Arsenal display. Manchester United suffered yet another away day disappointment, losing 1-3 to fierce rivals Arsenal on Sunday at the Emirates Stadium in North London. Anthony Martial started the contest due to new signing Rasmus Hojlund not being fit enough to start and put in yet another anonymous performance. The Red Devils improved dramatically after the Danes stepped onto the pitch in the second half, immediately managing to act as a focal point for the team's attack. He showed glimpses of what he could offer, including coming close to winning a penalty and creating the chance for Alejandro Garnacho to score his offside goal from. At one point in the game, midfield general Casemiro was seen trying to pump up the 20-year-old by grabbing at his shirt ahead of one of United's corner routines. Fans loved the gesture between both players, and the striker was asked about the interaction whilst on international duty with Denmark. Hojlund said, Casimiro just said something in Spanish, vamos, or something like that. He was happy that I gave the team perhaps a slightly different dynamic than what you get from Martial. He is maybe a little more technically strong and looks down the gaps where I like to take the fights. After all, he hasn't seen me play before, so he told me he was pleasantly surprised to see me play. Hoyland certainly took on fights, showing his strength to hold up the ball on a couple of occasions, despite intense pressure, and the manager and fans were also impressed with what they saw. United ended up paying £72 million for his services to Atalanta last month, and there is already pressure on whether he can justify such an exorbitant spend, especially at his young age. The player has explained that he is someone who will always work hard for the team and even insisted he is ready to die for the badge, something that is refreshing to hear. Anthony at risk of being ejected from Man United squad as pressure on the club grows. Manchester United winger Anthony could be excluded from the squad amidst allegations of assault and causing bodily harm leveled against him by ex-partner Gabriela Cavallin. Yesterday, the Brazilian Football Federation confirmed that the United star will not be involved with the Seleção for the upcoming World Cup qualifying matches against Bolivia and Peru on September 8 and 12 respectively. Greater Manchester Police issued a statement confirming they are looking into the allegations after receipt of a complaint from Cavallin regarding Anthony. EOL reports that there is a possibility the 23-year-old could be removed from Eric Ten Hag's squad in a similar manner to Mason Greenwood. The lawyer of Anthony's ex-girlfriend conducted an interview where he stated that his client is not looking to damage the player's football career and she is only looking for an admission of guilt and justice to be served. The solicitor Daniel Bialski also stated that United have reached out to get more information on the circumstances surrounding the accusation made. Daniel said, the information I had this morning is that the legal department in Manchester contacted Dr. Vanessa, Gabriella's lawyer in England, to schedule this meeting. This meeting has not yet taken place. We will listen to what they intend to do in England. I don't know what their intention is, but Gabriella's desire as a victim is that these events do not happen again, not only against her, but against any woman, anyone who is a victim of a crime of the same nature. He reiterated that they intend to pursue the issue both in Brazil and England. This is because some of the incidents narrated by Cavallin apparently took place in England. The Guardian explains that United have chosen to remain silent as pressure mounts on them to take action. When approached by the newspaper for comment, the 20-time English champions pointed to Anthony's own statement and refused to declare their stance. A number of domestic abuse charities have reached out to United to do something in response. Sofiane Amrabat pictured at Carrington for the first time since Manchester United move. Manchester United midfielder Sofiane Amrabat has posted a picture of himself at the club's prestigious training ground complex in Carrington. The Morocco international joined the Red Devils from Fiorentina on summer transfer deadline day last Friday on loan until the end of the season. However, there is an option for Man United to make the deal permanent, which is expected to happen if all goes well. Amrabat could not make his debut against Arsenal on Sunday as he was not registered before midday on Friday, but his fellow summer signing Sergio Reguilon made the matchday squad. The Spain international left-back also joined on loan on a Friday from Tottenham Hotspur, and he took to Instagram to post a picture of himself alongside the 27-year-old. Emirates is yet to play this term, but was involved in a pre-season training with the Fiorentina and is expected to be available when Man United host Brighton and Hove Albion at Old Trafford in their first game after the ongoing international break on September 16. The Red Devils medical team detected a minor back injury during his medical but went ahead with the deal as the current back issue was not thought to be serious. He struggled with his back during the World Cup in Qatar last year and had to receive pain-killing injections to play in the last 16 against Spain. However, that is not expected to be an issue as Mrabat has been called up to the Moroccan squad for their two games against Liberia and Burkina Faso. The Atlas Lion face Liberia in Agadir, Morocco on Saturday before playing Burkina Faso 3 days later on September 12 in France. It remains to be seen if the former Utrecht midfielder will be joining his international teammates for the games, but the fact that he has been included in the squad means he is fit and available to play. New signing wanted to join Manchester United 3 years ago before Real Madrid demanded scupper deal. Manchester United completed the loan signing of Sergio Reguilon on a transfer deadline day. Sergio Reguilon answered a Manchester United SOS call amid a need for an emergency new left-back. Injuries to Luke Shaw and Tyrell Malacia sparked a last-minute trolley dash for United, with Reguilon signing for the club on loan. The Tottenham-owned player was on the bench for United at the weekend and will get chances to contribute over the weeks ahead. This was not the first time Sergio Reguilon was linked to Manchester United. The defender was linked with a move in 2020. Spanish newspaper AS reported at the time that Reguilon was keen on a move to Old Trafford. He had impressed against Manchester United in the Europa League with Sevilla, where he was on loan at the time. United had been keen to bring in extra competition for Luke Shaw and ended up signing Alex Telles from Porto instead. The problem with the deal was Real Madrid's insistence on a buyback clause. This was one Tottenham agreed to when they signed Reguilon weeks later for £28 million, Football London reported. It was a policy United opposite with the clauses in general, as Ole Gunnar Solskjaer told ESPN months earlier when the club pulled out of a deal for Erling Haaland. He said, "There are other things too when you sign players that you have to keep in control. You can't give agents the control by giving buyout clauses and stuff that has been touted around. That's for me, we have to be in control." United's deal for Alex Telles came at half the price too, which made the move more attractive to the Glazers. Reguilon has got his move now, even if it's just for a few months. If he wants it to last longer, he will have to play better than he ever has done before. Ten Hag blocked Man United star sale despite interest from a Premier League deal, says expert. Manchester United manager Erik ten Hag was keen to keep hold of Jadon Sancho during the summer transfer window, despite interest from a Premier League duo Tottenham and Aston Villa, according to Ben Jacobs. Sancho has struggled badly in his time at Man United, and he is now at the center of a huge story after a public spat between himself and Red Devils boss Ten Hag. Writing in his exclusive column for Out of Side, Jacobs explained precisely what's gone on behind the scenes and also commented that Ten Hag was actually keen to keep hold of Sancho instead of letting him go when there was interest in him in the summer. It remains to be seen if the England international can now revive his career at Old Trafford, but it's surely worth something that his manager has previously thought highly enough of him to not accept approaches for him when others may well have been tempted to give up on the player after such a poor spell since he moved to the Premier League. Manchester United share price falls dramatically amid no sale reports. Manchester United's share value has dropped by more than £6 million following reports the Glazers have taken the club off the market. Sky Sports reported that United's share price closed at $23.66 on Friday and dramatically fell as low as $18.83 on Monday, seeing a huge 18% drop in value. This is the biggest daily percentage drop in the club's value since being listed in 2012, with the previous record at 13.8% drop in March 2020. The nightmare day for the Red Devils came after reports the Glazer family are planning to take the club off the market. They are said to be demanding a staggering £10 billion to part with United. After failing to get close to their asking price, the American owners shelved their plans to sell and are now eyeing a sale in 2025. The American owners let it known that they were open to a partial or full sale of the club last year. Sheikh Jassim of Qatar and Sir Jim Ratcliffe came forward as the only two serious bidders, but after multiple rounds of offers, the two parties were left frustrated by the Glazers. It looks like they were never interested in selling in the first place. Sheikh Jassim was ready to part with £5 billion for a complete takeover, but even that offer wasn't enough for the Glazer family. They are now demanding £10 billion, which is completely unrealistic. It appears they were never interested in selling but went through the entire process as a ploy to push the price up. I will be uploading daily Manchester United news, so keep your eyes on the channel and don't forget to like and subscribe. I appreciate your support. Peace out.